There we go. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. It's nice to be here again today. What I thought we could try is never done this before, but to do a little bit of a screen share so that we could look at a piece of really beautiful art from the Monet exhibition that's here in Chicago right now. Because even if you're in Chicago right now, maybe you haven't been to the museum for whatever reason. We're dealing with all kinds of stuff, right? So I think that anything that we can do to bring a little bit of joy into our lives is really nice. So to start with, why don't we just, if you can, put your phone to do not disturb, just so you can have a little break from all the alerts. But that way, if you're using your phone to participate in this, you won't be interrupted. And if you're using something else, you just won't hear all like the bells and clangs and things that phones are designed to do to keep us informed, right? So let me do a little screen share here. One second. Oh, apparently I can't. Yeah, I can't. All right, so apparently it seems like Facebook has it set that you can't screen share after you're already started. So we'll have to do this on a different day. So we'll just do a regular mindfulness practice. But before we start with having a little meditation break, I thought what I wanted to share with you is part of the idea behind Art for Introverts is that it is presented as a series of offerings to help you navigate life's inevitable ups and downs, which, especially now, it feels like we're having so much happening. And that's why I started offering these free, hey, Eileen, good day to you. That's why I started offering these free practices just to give everyone maybe 10, 15 minutes or so in the middle of the day just to take a breath, step away from if you're doom scrolling, if social media has really kind of gotten you down, you're just feeling, it's so easy to feel like really overwhelmed by all the different inputs that are coming at us right now. And I think that though we have passed the election with a result that seems to be rather clear, that there's still, all of that flapping in the background. There's still, news about coronavirus and so forth. And I'm not wanting to downplay any of those things, but just to remind myself and remind you that it is totally possible to just step away from all of that for even 15 minutes. The world will keep spinning, and that we can give ourselves some self-care. And the idea, again, behind Art for Introverts is that not only using mindfulness, but using interaction with art and creativity to enhance the quality of our lives, to find the small joys that can help us navigate whatever it is we have to deal with. And one of the reasons that I really like using artwork for this is that instead of thinking of the process of looking at works of art as an academic pursuit or anything like that, that we can have our encounters with art be part of our regular self-care for how do we take care of the parts of us that need a little extra help or attention. We're not designed, we don't come into this world just able, easily to manage everything. We have our own human frailties that we all know about, right? Fear, our hopes, anxieties, issues of memory, and so forth. And so one of the ideas is that, we can use art as a tool, right? Any kind of a tool. It helps us do things we don't come into this life just ready to be able to handle without having something extra. It extends our capacities of our body, of our mind, of our heart, or something like that. So when we think about how we can use art as a tool, we might then think about what are the kinds of things that we have trouble. What are the emotional frailties that we have that give us a little difficulty. And one of the ways this is presented that I really love is through a book called art as therapy, and I'll just kind of hold it up here. I'm not very good at there we go, figuring out how to do it. I love this very much, and it's quite the basis of what I share when we're doing programs where looking at art. So I think my suggestion, since I can't do the screen sharing unless I started doing it right away today, is that maybe when we're done today or sometime later during your day, go online maybe and find a piece of work that you just love, or maybe you have an art book lying around where you can just take a few moments, or even just stepping outside and looking at nature as a piece of art. Even if you're in the city, looking at the way the light falls on the wall can be something quite profound and amazing if we give our full attention to it. So I think what we'll try to do in the next one of these is I'll start with the screen share so we can look at the art right away. But that's just kind of an idea for what you could do maybe after we're finished today, and just give yourself 5 minutes to just really fully engage with the delight of seeing. Even the most simple thing can be so profound when we just give our full attention to it, okay? So then let's just do a regular practice today. Just take a little break to let the mind let go of all the concerns, the fears, the news, and all of those things. So if you take a moment just to get really comfortable, whether you're sitting or standing or lying down, but settle in, You can close your eyes if you want to. And I think that we'll shift our practice today to be focusing on noticing change of physical sensations so that we can begin to gather our own insight into the nature of how everything is always changing, which can give us a little bit of room around the things that make us suffer, right? We say sometimes, physical pains, troubles, and challenges are inevitable, but the suffering is something we add on to it afterwards. It's all of the resistance, the pushing away, the being like in a tug of war with. And so instead today in our practice, we're going to focus on the breath and the bodily sensations. And I just want you to notice how they change. They come and they go, they build up, they disappear. I have a muscle spasm today right behind my left shoulder blade. It's pretty uncomfortable, but I can just observe it as a series of sensations, and not identifying with it so much lets it feel quite differently. It really changes our perceptions to pain. So if you're dealing with something that's chronic, especially, that can be really hard. So whatever it is that life has given you to work with for today, let's just try that. All right, we'll start with the breath. Get yourself settled in. And we'll start with the sound of a bell. If you want to close your eyes, you can. I love these little bells. And even noticing how the sound of the bells change. They build up and then slowly fade away. And as it disappears completely, bring your total attention, gently though, bring your total attention very gently to the physical sensation of the breath coming in and out of your body. If you feel like you've got some tension that you're holding, sometimes I notice that I'm a person who tends to hold my breath, which we can sometimes do when we're feeling stressed. So just, if you want, taking a few just to let it out. Let it sigh out of the body, releasing tension and stress. Really nice. And now, just bringing your awareness gently to the physical sensation of the breath as it comes and goes, wherever you notice that most clearly. So maybe it's here at the nose, just inside the nostrils, or maybe on the upper lip. You might notice the feeling is a little bit cool when the breath comes in and warm as it exits the nose. Or maybe you have a sense of it in your chest or your belly rising and falling. Or maybe even like a whole body sense. Turns out that when we breathe in and out, every cell in every part of the body expands and contracts. It's kind of amazing to me. Maybe it will seem kind of amazing to you that we're like a balloon that expands and contracts, expands and contracts. And just allow yourself to place your intention, your attention with intention to stay with those sensations, wherever they may be. Of course, your mind will kick up all kinds of thoughts. Maybe it's your lunchtime and you're thinking about, did you bring your sandwich? What do you have in the refrigerator? Maybe you're waiting on a food delivery. Whatever it is, just notice the thought as it arises. You can look at it just the same way you might watch a cloud passing through the sky. Just watch it come and go without attaching too much to it. And then when you're ready, gently releasing it and bringing your awareness back to the breath. You may notice that each breath is a little bit different. Some are long and deep. Some might be short or shallow. If you've been ill with just something ordinary, or maybe you're dealing with something more serious like virus, just noticing how that feels and relishing the ability that you have to breathe in any way that you're able to do. Savoring and appreciating the breath. Right, so often we don't really pay attention to the quality of the breath unless we are sick. So it can be really refreshing and restorative to pay attention and to have a sense of appreciation and gratitude for the breath when we are well. Letting each inhale be like a thank you, exhale, thank you. Like a sense of hello, there's my friend, the breath. Just allowing yourself to surf on the sensations. Remembering to be gentle. There's absolutely no need to have any harsh judgment. If the mind wanders, we're greeting each moment as a friend, each breath, whatever arises, as a friend. And now, as we sit here for a few more moments in silence, allow your attention to go to any place in the body where you are feeling some sensation particularly strongly. Maybe you're working with some pain somewhere. I think a lot of us have been struggling with different kinds of body pains because we've been inside so much, we're not moving as much as we would normally do. So just bringing the awareness gently in with love to those places that feel a little uncomfortable, maybe a lot uncomfortable, whatever's going on. And just see what you can notice if you really focus. Our minds tend to tell a story that the pain that we're experiencing is solid and unchanging, like a frozen block. But even the frozen blocks do melt. And just under the gaze of your awareness, noticing little tiny changes that may be happening. Some very subtle and small, perhaps. Maybe there's sharpness that changes to dullness. Maybe the location of the center of the pain, the most intense part, shifts and changes over time. Just noticing whatever's there. Really nice, really beautiful. Feeling how pleasant it is to sit with friends, even friends we don't know, people we've never met, anyone who's here watching with us. Really good. And now let's extend our practice into a little loving kindness practice. Focus specifically on the breath. If you think of all of the people who you know who are currently alive somewhere and breathing, people you love who are alive somewhere and breathing, extending even further to people who you don't know very well, but maybe you see them passing by the street from outside your window, in the stores, at the post office, whether you live in the city or the country, remote or closely inhabited, knowing that all these people are breathing and want to continue to breathe as easily as possible. And sending them your wishes that their breath come and go with ease. Letting your loving kindness be like a beam of light, spreading out through the space where you are, out through the walls, into the air around where you live, into the city or the town. And sending that loving kindness, those wishes for breathing with ease, to all you love, to all you like, to all those you don't really know. You feel sort of neutral because you don't really know enough, but you know that they, like you, want to breathe with ease. And even further out to people maybe that you've had some struggle or conflict with, knowing that they also want the same as you, to be able to breathe with ease. And now extending even further to all the living people all over the planet and all the other living beings, the non-human animals, the seen and unseen, the known and unknown, the visible and the invisible. Having a sense, perhaps even slightly, an awareness that we are all breathing the same amazing air. Throughout limitless time, all living beings have been sharing this air. One of the great treasures of this beautiful planet. And inviting into your heart, perhaps, the beginnings of a small feeling, even, of interconnection with all the living beings breathing, now and in the future and in the past. And now let's together send the healing intention and energy of easy breathing to all those who are suffering with illness and all those who care for them. We can go for days without food and water, but we can't go very long without the breath. May all living beings breathe with ease. May all the caregivers and all the support people breathe with ease. May the families of all of those people breathe with ease. Until we cover the entire planet with a blanket of beautiful healing energy, good wishes for ease and health. Imagining how wonderful it would be to have that kind of condition of everyone breathing with ease, without fear, without anger. Knowing that for each one of us who sits now and practices sending this intention, this gratitude for breathing with ease, for ourselves and all others, that the ripple effect of this kindness, this simple intention, has the power to transform the entire world bit by bit. Transforming the energy into one of blessing, of peace, happiness, and ease. If you like, you might even associate this good energy surrounding the whole planet with a color, maybe your favorite color. Imagining it as a luminous, beautiful light emanating from your heart, your lungs, your mind, spreading through the entire world. Imagining these rainbows of luminous light sprouting from the center of each living creature. Right now, as we sit together and breathe and practice, letting this love permeate all the cells of our being, all the molecules in the atmosphere. How beautiful it is. And now, bringing your awareness, your more ordinary awareness, but still a divine, a sacred awareness, back to your own body and your own breath, your own space wherever you are, feeling the envelope that is you. Feeling yourself sitting in the chair, or whatever you're reclining on or standing on, feeling the air, hearing the sounds in the space around you. Bringing your awareness right back to your own physical feeling of breathing in and out. Knowing that you can pause at any point during the day and just take even 1 minute to come to your breath, let go of all the stresses, creating this moment of relief and respite for yourself. When you hear the sound of the bell, again, taking your time, allowing your awareness and mind to come back more fully into your body. Really beautiful. Well, thanks everyone for joining. This will be up again, and I'll put it, I'm able to download them and save them and put them on the YouTube channel, which you can find in the links at the Art for Introverts page. If you have any issues in particular that you would like to have addressed in any of these guided meditation practices, just send me a message, or you can drop it in the comments. But if you want confidentiality, go ahead and just send me a direct message, or you can email through the Art for Introverts contact page, and I'll be happy to answer the best that I can. And I'll keep doing these every day at noon, unless like yesterday I had to reschedule, but as long as people keep wanting to feel like this is helpful for them, that you want me to keep doing this, I'll be able to do that. All right, I wish you all well. Thank you so much for coming. If you do me the favor of sharing this, if you felt this was helpful, that would be great. Everyone take care and have a beautiful day. Wishing you all peace.